Hi guys, so in this video we're looking at content and ideas of creating content that is relevant to the task. Okay, so where this begins is your planning phase, okay? If we're doing a narrative, a fiction story, okay, we usually want to start with some solid planning, okay? And that's just figuring out what your story mountain is going to be, okay? How it's going to be introduced, okay? So what characters, what settings are you going to have to then roll through into going into your main characters and then going into the build-up, okay? So what's going to happen straight away? So what events is going to happen in the environment, okay? So where are they going to head off to? The problem up the very top is the dilemma, okay? What exactly is going to go wrong? What disagreement? What's going to make the characters have to change and try and solve something? Resolution. It's how is the problem going to be solved, okay? Usually we see this in boys' movies, especially the action scenes of fighting, okay, to defeat the bad guy, okay? And then when that brings us through to the end, okay, where something finally happens, okay? Or we live happily ever after, or it could finish on a cliffhanger, okay? So planning is very essential, okay? From the plan, then we know what each paragraph is going to have, okay? We can basically start structuring what each paragraph is going to have in a very light way, and that's when we start filling it all out with the detail and the content that we want to use. Okay, so over there I've got some, you start with your openings paragraph, okay, with the settings and the characters, just basically explaining the story mountain again, but popped into each paragraph, okay. So if you're actually getting that down straight away, and then you can go back and backfill with all your extra information and all that. That would make it a lot easier and cut down the waffle. Brainstorm keywords and phrases in your planning. You don't have to use everything that you plan. Okay, that's what a plan is. Okay, it's giving you ideas of what to use. Okay, so don't always think that you have to use what you've written down in your plan. Okay, you don't have to. And once you get to the very end of your story, really important to go through and edit and redraft, okay? Cut out the bits that you don't want, okay? Things that aren't important for the audience to know, okay? Remember, if you are reading this and this makes you bored, okay, think about what's that doing for your readers, okay? So that's where you make sure that your content is relevant to keeping the story flowing, okay? Keeping it at a good rate, that the information, the action is happening at a fast pace, okay? You don't want to get stuck talking about one certain detail that doesn't really affect what's actually the main point of the story, okay? So that is looking at how we can make our content relevant to the task, okay?